When I was 15, 16, I was competing and beating the likes of Matteo Manassero and Tommy Fleetwood and Tom Lewis and Romain Wortel. And then all of a sudden I find myself at 19, 20, and they're on the European Tour, and I'm struggling to break 80 in the Eisenhower Trophy. And I just woke up to the realization that, you know what, where have I gone wrong? And my whole life changed. As soon as I looked at myself with that sort of honesty, my whole world changed. It was as quick as that, you know? That sounds cliche. You hear people say that and you think, no. But it actually did happen, and that is the truth with me.
Eddie Pepperell is 22 from Oxfordshire. After a glittering amateur career, he turned pro in May 2011. 12 months later, after a faltering start, his big breakthrough came when invited to play in the Challenge Tour's Allianz Open Côte d'Amour.
I told myself that I had to win. You know, that morning I couldn't pay my hotel bill. I had no money. My card got declined, so I had to win that day. There's just no other option, you know. I think when you're in a scenario like that, you either step up or you don't, and I just stepped up. That was my first real taste of what life is like.
Having triumphed over Jeppe Holdal at the first playoff hole, Eddie didn't just rest on his laurels. 3 more top tens and a tie for 7th at the grand final saw him clutching a precious European Tour card for this season.
Golf has been a big part of my life forever. I started when I was sort of 3. From when I was sort of 13, I seemed to make very conscious decisions to divorce myself from the people that I felt were going to hinder my progress as a professional golfer, or as a golfer at the time. You know, I like the lifestyle I live. I've got a good girlfriend at home I've been with for 5 years, and I love spending time with her, and she's dedicated to her career. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I've got very little in my life that disrupts the possibility of success, if you like.
Despite the global spotlight currently shining on a young man a mere 2 years his elder, Pepperell prefers to look elsewhere in his search for inspiration and guidance.
I think we have an obsession with prodigies, and I don't think they can teach you the best lessons. I think the late bloomers and the people that take 30 years to succeed are the people that have all the lessons and all the knowledge. I think Padraig Harrington is a great example of that in golf. There aren't many people in the world that spend that many years trying to achieve something and just persevering and persisting. And for that, I think Padraig Harrington deserves as much respect as almost anybody in the game. I think a lot can be learned from the older guys who take longer to get there.
Pepperell's fascinating insight into the game of golf and his place in it haven't gone unnoticed, thanks to his input on the social media. His blog, he says, has attracted many of his contemporaries.
The intention wasn't to get loads of people reading it. The intention was to get my thoughts down, because one day these thoughts might be worth revisiting, and that was my sole aim, and it was kind of humbling as well to see a lot of golfers comment on it.
And what about that pseudonym?
Yeah, the Wise Old Owl. Well, I've got these double cow's licks, and they were far more prevalent when I was young. And when I cut my hair very short, I look like an owl. And even now, I still resemble an owl. So I don't call myself wise. Somebody called me that, and they said, you know, you should sign off your blogs with that Wise Old Owl. So I thought, why not? Give it a go. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
After 7 events this season, Pepperell's best return was tied 22nd at the Africa Open. And as to the future,
I truly believe that if I make the right decisions, work with the right people, and put in the hours required, that I can reach the very top of the game.
It's going to be intriguing to watch and read all about him. Eddie Pepperell, the wise old owl, and not so much of the old.